Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we will discuss the difference between the actual real GDP and the potential real GDP. Now, what is actual real GDP? The actual real GDP is the measure of produced goods and services in an economy in a short period of time, usually in 1 year. The actual real GDP, which is also called the current real GDP, is usually measured to gauge the fluctuation in the GDP in short run, usually year to year, and are used to measure the business cycle fluctuation in the economy. Again, what is potential level of real GDP, or what is full employment real GDP, which is also called the natural rate of production or employment. The potential GDP is the maximum number of goods and services that an economy can produce, or the maximum level of employment that an economy can achieve. Usually, the potential or full employment real GDP is measured over a long run time, and usually it is used to indicate the changes in the production possibilities of an economy. In other words, it also shows the trend of economic growth, that how the production possibilities of an economy grows over the period of time, over a long period of time, and how economy production possibilities expands over the period of time due to various factors. But it is not necessary that the actual real GDP must be equal to the potential real GDP. Usually, the actual real GDP that is measured in short run deviate from the potential real GDP. It can be higher than that of potential real GDP. In that case, it means that the economy is booming and the actual output is greater than the potential level of output of the economy. Again, the actual level of real GDP may be less than the potential level of GDP. In this case, there is unemployment in the economy, there is a recession in the economy, and the output is less than the potential output, and all the resources are not fully employed. Let me study this slide now. Start from the very beginning. From here, we start from here. The actual real GDP is the level of output in the current year, which is also adjusted for inflation. Yes, one thing more, that the actual real GDP is the level of GDP in the current year that is adjusted for inflation. That is different from the nominal GDP. And you know that we calculate the real GDP by counting it, by measuring it in with the base prices, or after calculating the nominal GDP, we divide it by GDP deflator. The YC, which is also called YA, the actual level of output or the current level of output, is measured in short run, usually 1 year. Actual real GDP is used to measure the changes in the real GDP from year on year output, and used to gauge the business cycle fluctuation. The potential output or full employment real GDP is measured in long run, which is the maximum output of goods and services and employment that an economy can achieve. Potential or natural real GDP is used to estimate the changes in the productive possibilities of an economy and usually calculated to show the trend of the economic growth. But annual short run output can deviate from the output that can be produced if all the economic resources are fully implied, that is long run output level. In this slide we compare the actual and potential level of GDP. Now first we study the characteristics of the actual real GDP and then we will compare it with the potential real GDP. We see here that the actual GDP is calculated in the short run period, and we previously stated that the actual real GDP is calculated in 1 year time, and secondly we measure the actual real GDP to gauge the changes in the annual output, year on year changes in the output. And number 3, we calculate the actual real GDP to show the characteristics of the business cycle, trade cycle, the various fluctuation in the short run level of output. Number 4, the level is determined by the desire of the economic agents to buy produce goods and services, usually by aggregate demand. The level of actual real GDP is measured, or that is the fluctuation in the actual real GDP are due to changes in the aggregate demand, that is the desire of the people. If people are optimistic about the future output and employment, they will buy more. If they will buy more, that will increase the prices of goods and services, and the increased prices of goods and services will increase the profit of the producer, and of course he will produce more goods and services and employ more resources and employ more people, and that's why the aggregate demand will derive the short run fluctuation in the real GDP. Now coming toward the potential real GDP, that is Y star, Y hysteric. The potential real GDP is measured over long run period of time, over a very long span of time. And for what purpose we calculate the potential real GDP? The potential real GDP is measured to gauge the changes in the production possibilities of an economy. Of course, we know that the production possibility of an economy changes over the time due to the invention or discovery of the natural resources, due to technological improvement, due to increase in the population, due to increase in the human capital. Number 3, the potential real GDP is a characteristic of economic growth. It shows the changes in the economic growth over a long run period of time. And number 4, the level is determined by the amount and the productivity of resources. Yes, the potential real GDP, the changes in the production possibility of an economy usually shows by the changes in the productivity of the resources, that is labor and capital, and by the invention of the new technologies. Usually it is a supply side matter where it is indicated by the production function. Now what is GDP gap? The difference between the potential real GDP and the actual real GDP usually is termed as GDP gap. The deviation of the actual GDP from the potential GDP is denoted by the GDP gap. This GDP gap can be positive, can be negative. Whenever it is positive, it's mean that the actual GDP is less than the potential GDP, and it's mean that your current level of output is less than the maximum possible level of output that you can produce in long run. So it's mean that there is unemployment in the economy. Some of the resources of the economy are not used, and there is a recessionary gap in the economy. There is depression. This gap, whenever the actual GDP is less than the potential GDP, is termed as recessionary GDP gap. And in the recessionary GDP gap, we know that there is reduced level of employment, higher level of unemployment, reduced investment, reduced production, and so on and so forth. The GDP gap can be negative. In that case, the GDP gap is negative when actual GDP is higher than the potential GDP. Sometimes there are economic optimism, and people psychologically feel that in the future economic condition will be favorable to them, and they buy more, they demand more, right? So if they demand more, there will be higher prices, and higher prices are the incentive to the producer to produce more goods and services. So the producer will employ more resources and labor and increase the employment and output, and that will trigger the inflation in the economy. And this gap, when actual GDP is higher than the potential GDP, is termed as inflationary gap. Let's come to the slide. The deviation from here, the deviation of actual real GDP from its potential level GDP, that y static, is known as GDP or output gap. GDP gap or output gap is equal to potential GDP minus actual GDP, that is y star minus yc, the current level of GDP or actual level of GDP. The GDP gap may be positive when actual real GDP is below its potential level. It is the period of recession. This type of gap is called recessionary gap, when the output and employment is less than the potential level of output. Negative GDP gap, when actual real GDP exceeds its potential level. It is the period of expansion or boom. This type of gap is called the inflationary gap. The economy in this case is called overheated economy. As I told you previously, that there are economic optimism in the consumers and society, that they buy more and they expend more, and when they buy more, they demand more. It means there will be higher prices, and higher prices are incentive to the producer to produce more goods and services, to employ more resources and more people. That will boom the output and employment, and the actual GDP now will be higher than the potential GDP. So our next topic will be what is the business cycle, what are the fluctuation in the current GDP, and what are their nature, how many they are, how they occur, how they can be controlled. Allah Hafiz.